Hello and welcome to the Literary Masterpieces. I'm Muhammad Ali, lecturer English. In this series of presenting the summary of the world masterpieces, today I'll be presenting the summary of the world famous novella Metamorphosis, written by Franz Kafka, a German-speaking novelist and a short history writer. First of all, I would like to discuss with you about the novelist Franz Kafka, about the author. The full name of the author is Franz Kafka, and he was born on 3rd of July 1883 in Prague. The name of his father is Hermann Kafka. He is famous as a novelist and a short story writer. As far as his occupation is concerned, he was trained as a lawyer, and after completing his legal studies, he was employed in an insurance company. The two works written by Franz Kafka are Metamorphosis. It's a novella. It's a short story. In this novel, he tells about the life of a traveling salesman. One morning, he finds himself changed into an insect. He proves to be a burden to his family, and when he proves to be a burden to his family wants to get rid of him. He understands this. He hears this, that the family wants to get rid of him. So he dies. The next important work written by Franz Kafka is A Country Doctor, written in 1916. A Report to an Academy, it was published in 1919. Letters to his father, it was published in 1919. The Burrow, it was published in 1923. A Hunger Artist, it was written in 1924. And Franz Kafka died 3rd of June 1924. Now I would like to discuss with you about the novella Metamorphosis. The full title of this novella is The Metamorphosis, and it was written by Franz Kafka, a German-speaking novelist. It was published in 1915. It is a short story, or you may call it a novella. The protagonist or the hero of this novella is Gregor Samsa. He is a traveling salesman. The antagonist is the sister of Gregor Samsa, Grete, or Gregor's father, or the lodgers or the boarders who rent a room in the apartment of Gregor Samsa. The theme of this novella is the limits of sympathy, that the family cannot go beyond limits. The family cannot show sympathy beyond limit. For some time, the family showed sympathy, provided for Gregor Samsa, but after that, when Gregor Samsa proved burden or created difficulty for the family wanted to get rid of Gregor Samsa. And the absurdity of life is also the theme of this novella. The setting, late 19th century or the early 20th century, has been shown. As far as the setting of place is concerned, the Samsa apartment has been shown. Now I would like to discuss with you about the character of this novella. The most important character of this novella is Gregor Samsa. He is the protagonist and he is a traveling salesman. He hates his job, but he keeps it because he wants to pay off the debt of his father. He has transformed into an insect, and he passes the rest of his life as an insect. Now I would like to discuss the next important character, Charwoman. Charwoman is an elderly widow. She is a cleaning lady. She is blunt, honest woman who faces the reality of Gregor's estate without fear and disgust. The next important character is the office manager. He is distrustful and overbearing. He comes to scold Gregor for not coming on time, but when he looks the appearance of Gregor, he runs away from there. Next important character are the three boarders who are staying at the house of Gregor. When they look at Gregor, they become afraid and they go out of the apartment without paying any rent. Next important character is the maid. She is the original maid. She is terrified by Gregor and begs the family to fire her, and she goes out of the apartment after being fired. Now I would like to discuss with you the summary of this novella, Metamorphosis. Gregor Samsa one morning finds that he has changed into an insect, and because of this, he is not able to move his body. He tries to scratch an itch on his stomach, but he finds one of his leg. He tries to roll over, but he cannot due to his new body. He turns to the clock, but he finds that he has overslept and missed his train to work. His mother comes and knocks at the door. Gregor tries to open the door, but he cannot because of his new body. Gregor speaks to his mother, but he finds that his voice has changed. The mother too hears the voice of Gregor, but she thinks that Gregor has fallen ill. When he answers, Gregor finds that his body has changed. His family asks him to open the door, but he cannot. The manager comes and warns of the consequences. The manager comes and warns Gregor that if he doesn't come to the work, he will be fired or he will have to face consequences. Gregor comes out of the room, and when he comes out of the room, the office manager becomes very much afraid of him and runs away from there. Then Gregor's father comes there and drives him into the bedroom. Now Gregor had changed into an insect. His taste had changed too. He likes rotten food scraps, and he begins climbing the walls and ceiling for amusement. Now, in the house of Gregor come three boarders. They rent a house in the Gregor's house. But one day the cleaning lady keeps the room open and Gregor comes out of the room. Three boarders look at Gregor and they become horrified, and they leave the apartment without paying any rent to Gregor's family. Now the family of Gregor discuss that if Gregor stays in the apartment or lives alive, the family will be ruined. Gregor hears this and understands this, and Gregor dies. This is the summary of the novella Metamorphosis. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.